Hello, Stu.
Here we go.
How are you, Stu?
Not too bad. Not too bad, Vinay.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Welcome to another session. I'm just gonna. Does anyone have any objections to being seen or consenting? Well, this is Vinay. This is not a recording.
Oh, hi, Vinay.
This is Vinay.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Hello, everyone. Nice to see you all.
So we just had a little chat, but we'll pass it on to you for talking about Starlink internet.
Wonderful. Great then. So let me share my screen and show you a few of the aspects of what we are going to talk. All right.
We can't. That's the limit on it.
Is it audible enough? Is it?
Okay, but the library's place on how loud it can be.
It's not for some people. So can we do something about it this time?
Yeah. I'll check on the library site, see if you can post it a wee bit. Yeah. I will. No, go ahead. Go ahead. No worries.
Okay, everything all right?
Yep.
Wonderful. Great then. So, hello everyone. Good afternoon. Nice to meet you. And today, wonderful, wonderful. And today we are going to talk about the satellite internet and various other forms of internet. All right. So this is something which I'm going to talk today. Let me share my screen.
Somebody's.
Great.
Okay.
So this is the site of Starlink. All right. So Starlink.com is the name of the site. Okay. If you go in there, so you could basically place an order for procuring a Starlink hardware for $520. It's at half price compared to its original price of $1,040. All right. And you pay monthly rent of $159 for getting the internet. All right. So let us understand how this internet works. All right. How this satellite internet works. I have a small video for you.
Satellite internet technology makes high-speed internet available in remote or rural areas of the country. If you're looking into signing up for it, it helps to know how it works. There are 5 parts to the process. Is the device you're using, maybe a laptop or a smart TV or a gaming console. Second is your modem and router. These interpret the data signals into a form that can either be sent from or received by your device. Third is the dish, usually on your roof, which communicates directly with the 4th part of the process, the actual satellite, which is orbiting at 22,000 miles above the surface of the Earth. Each company has only 1 or 2 satellites serving the entire country. The satellite in turn communicates with the network operations center back on the surface. So information is constantly traveling in a loop from your device to the network operations center. And this whole process adds about half a second of latency.
Well, it's folded up at one there.
Yeah.
That's one they should have unfolded. Yeah, sorry. We
So in this video, we were basically looking at the fundamental aspect of how satellites can be used in accessing internet. All right. So like in this video, it has been explained that it happens in 4 or 5 steps. There is a device that you like to have internet on, maybe your mobile phone, your tablet or anything like that. All right. And that gets internet through a router, a modem. All right. And this router is speaking to or exchanging data with the device which is given to you by the internet service provider. That antenna speaks to the satellite directly, all right? And that satellite speaks to another local center on Earth, which is receiving and transmitting information data. So this happens in a real time. So let us look at the video again so that we can understand this better. All right, I'll just play. This is just a minute clip. All right, I'll play again.
Satellite internet technology makes high-speed internet available in remote or rural areas of the country. If you're looking into signing up for it, it helps to know how it works. There are 5 parts to the process. First is the device you're using, maybe a laptop or a smart TV or a gaming console. Second is your modem and router. These interpret the data signals into a form
What we might do is we'll do a
received by your
link for
device.
that video.
Third is
so
the
that people
dish
can see
usually
it
on your
at home.
roof, which communicates directly
Otherwise
with
it's just
the
too
fourth
quiet.
part of the process, the actual satellite, which is orbiting at 22,000 miles above the surface of the Earth. Each company has only 1 or 2 satellites serving the entire country. The satellite, in turn, communicates with the Network Operations Center back on the surface, so information is constantly traveling in a loop from your device to the Network Operations Center, and this whole process adds about a half a second of latency or lag.
All right. So as you have seen, how the communication happens through the internet. All right. Now let us look at the few, pros and cons of Starlink per se. Okay. So, what are its basically the pros? The speeds can be very fast. So this, this is a real-time testing and from a genuine customer who have been using it. So it gives you a speed of almost close to 400 Mbps. So it can be very fast, right? And as space technology goes, the installation was relatively very straightforward, okay? So there is one antenna that has to be installed on top of your rooftop. And once that is set up, it's quite painless and very straightforward operations, all right? Latency. What is latency? Latency means there is a delay that is caused due to the relay of information from one place to the other place, because the information is being transmitted from one of the centers on Earth situated elsewhere, maybe other part of the New Zealand. Okay, so now once that information is uplinked to the satellite, then satellite communicates with this device which we see on the top of the roof like this. Okay, and through this it comes to your router and then to your device, which we just saw in the video previously. So all this process takes about 50 to 70 milliseconds, right? We are not even talking about half a second here. We are talking about basically 1/100th or even 1/200th of a second. All right. So this entire process happens very fast. The lesser the latency, the faster the communication. Higher the latency, lesser is the communication. Okay. So that is how we should see. So people say that speed was good, technology, installation was quite easy, latency is very less, and presentation and packaging is they just say it is satisfactory. It's not great by itself, but it is okay. Okay. Now let us look at the cons. What are the dark side of Starlink internet? The speeds are extremely variable regardless of time of the day. This is very, very important. Any satellite-based application, whether it is TV or whether it is internet, it is sensitive to weather. If it is too cloudy or if it is stormy, it is possible that you might experience some delays, disruptions, or high latencies. Okay, so this is something which we need to be mindful of. And they also have mentioned about internet connection outages that they have experienced. So this is something which you need to be mindful about. Okay. And Wi-Fi range of the router that comes inbuilt with the Starlink is not that great, it seems. Okay. That doesn't mean that it is not good. It is just that if you compare with the standard off-the-shelf product, it is about 20% lesser. That is what is the observation. Okay. And Starlink dish, although it was quite straightforward installation, it is not just plug and play as well. So you need someone who can go up and fix this on your roof. So as you can imagine, this is something which needs to be done at your end. Okay. And very importantly, because Starlink has no local presence by way of technicians or customer service, so if you face any difficulty or problems, you will have to find solution on your own. This is something which I want to highlight here, especially to the crowd watching today. All right, because most of you are in the senior category. It is not very straightforward. So like if something is wrong, something goes wrong, whether your fault or not your fault, if you have to get a technician from Starlink, that can be very tricky. Okay. So vis-a-vis, if you're dealing with someone locally, it might be a way easier to get some customer service help. Okay. So let me give some examples of local operating firms within New Zealand who have got local presence. Okay. So there is one organization called Blue Door. Okay. So this Blue Door provides about 12 Mbps download and 10 Mbps upload, which is not really great, but it is present locally, and they charge you about $185 a month and one-time installation fee of $655. Okay. There is another firm called FarmSide, which provides internet at the cost of $199 per month and 16 Mbps download and 2 Mbps upload, which is not, again, a very great one. Gravity, on the other hand, gives a standard unlimited plan with up to 12 Mbps and 10 Mbps. As you can see, compared to the speeds, the Starlink is very high. The Starlink provides almost the speed of 400 Mbps and average download speed is of 133, which is way, way higher than what the competitors provide, which are locally based in New Zealand. So that's the bright side of it. And the dark side of it is that if you face any difficulty, you may not find any technicians or support directly. You might have to depend on someone else, right? This is something you need to be mindful of. Any questions so far? Any comments?
Yeah. What can you use your Sky TV aerial, or do you have to get a separate new aerial?
Yeah, so you need to have a separate hardware, altogether separate hardware. You need to, it comes as a part of the order. So when you basically order through Starlink, you will get a hardware kit, okay? And that needs to be involved. And through this, you can also run TV and VoIP phone and all that. So it has to be routed through this.
So it will be alongside your Sky aerial that you have a satellite dish.
Correct. Yes. So for example, I'll just show that on starlink.com, I'm going to enter the address of Heather's office, okay, and show you how this works. So I have chosen 13 Savage Crescent Upper Hutt. And when I click on order now, it brings up this window, all right, which says that, okay, the Starlink is currently available in your area. So it's available, and you get 30 days trial. Okay, you need to pay $520 towards hardware and $159 per month for this service. So this $520 is one time. Okay. So this is how you can get this particular antenna, which you can install on top of your house. And, you know, this gets connected to your modem, and all this comes to you, you know, in a package. You don't have to worry about it. So you simply have to fix this on top of your roof and lay down the wire so that, you know, you can get connected to the modem and get going. All right. Okay.
Yep.
So, yep. Now, having said this, this is the satellite internet thing I was talking about. So for the benefit of good internet connection at your place, I would like to show you different sites where you can check out very good deal that will work out for you. Okay. Let us go into the site called GLIMP. glimp.co.nz. This I'm going to copy this in the chat section. All right. So later, so that you can, you know, Stu will distribute this site, glimp.co.nz. Okay. If you go in there, in the broadband, okay, you simply click on broadband and it will ask for the connection. So let's say, just for the sake of completeness, I'll give the address of Heather's office. Okay. 13.7. So this one, this address, and simply you have to enter your address. All right. And then click on check now. So when I do that, it lists, okay, it is asking for, it says, you know, if you want deals or so, I'll just enter my name and my number and all that. Okay. Okay. I'll say email at nzhangouts.online and view deals. And as you can see, these are very good offers that they are giving. Okay. So this is Orcon. Orcon gives unlimited data, and the deal is 6 months you get half price. That means you pay only $50 for 6 months, and after 6 months you pay only $99. All right. And you get 861 megabits per second, Mbps download, and upload is 500. Okay. So you get free modem. So for that modem postage charge, this charge a very small one. Setup cost is free, but termination is $250 if you disconnect it less than 12 months. All right. So like that, you have got plenty of offers from My Republic, 2 Degrees, Slingshot. If you click on show more deals, you will find now. Now is one of the very good service provider, which I would like to recommend personally. The speed is really good. As you can see, 900 by 500, which is really good. Modem is free, setup cost is free, and you get $85 for first 12 months and free router. All right. So this is the deal you are looking at. Okay. So like that, you get all kinds of deals here. Similarly, like glimp.co.nz, we have got another site, which is broadbandcompare.co.nz. broadbandcompare.co.nz. This as well, I'm going to copy and I will paste it in the chat section for Stu to provide it to you and explain. So here, these are the 3 great offers that they are recommending, which is Slingshot, where for, you pay only 57.95, which is $58 per month. And if you bundle with power, okay, if you take power as well, along with broadband, with Slingshot, you get only for $38 a month, cheap as chips. That's what they say. Okay. So this is Slingshot. And now this is now, which I said, for 6 months, you get half price unlimited broadband, right? And you get free TP-Link mesh, Wi-Fi mesh, okay? And it costs you for 6 months only half price, which is $45. And after 6 months, you will have to pay $89 a month, all right? And there is 12 months contract, and there is no contract here with Slingshot, okay? And with 2 degrees, you have got 6 months free Prime Video, and the deal starts from $62 a month, all right? I'm going to show you more deals from Broadband Compare. So you have got now you got Skinny. So you basically get 1 month free. This is unlimited fiber 300. Okay. And you pay first month is completely free. After the first month, you pay $75 a month. And this is the download speed and this is the upload speed. Slingshot, if you take fiber 300 plus power, you pay only $38 a month. And this is the download speed and upload speed. And after 1 year, you will pay $70 a month. All right. So this is how you can find exclusive, wonderful deals that you can explore. All right. So you can also find the reviews, like how each internet service provider is performing, what customers have to say. Let's say I want to read about Slingshot. So they give a comprehensive review. So if I click on reviews, so reliability is 6.1, speed is 5.9, support is 5.3 and all that. So overall is 5.8. So it's not something which is great. So we'll go back to some other service provider and check how nice, you got so many lists of service provider. Okay. Now let us look at now, which I was trying to recommend it to you. Comparatively, which was having 5.8 average review of Slingshot, here you have 8.1, which is kind of acceptable. It's in acceptable range. Reliability is high, speed is good, support is 8.6. This is something which I would like to highlight. Especially when you are in the senior age group, it's very important that you get very good support. And this now broadband has most of the European speaking customer care. That way, if you end up having any problem, if you call this customer care support, you will have someone who speaks English, which is sounding like European. Okay. So there are plenty of service providers who probably can provide at lesser lesser cost and all that, but I'm not really and don't go by this 10 and 9.8 reviews, because only 3 reviews have been made. So that they may not be very reliable. You don't have very large range of statistics for you to take. Whereas now is reviewed by 361 people. So which is, range of customers who can be happy, unhappy, and all kinds of people. So that way you get genuinely good review. So, there are plenty of wonderful There is another wonderful service provider which I would like to speak about while we are talking about internet is Hutt. Hutt is a wonderful, service provider. See, you get unlimited fiber for $73, and you get unlimited fiber max, which is 950 download speed with 500 upload speed. Very, very fast at $80 a month. I think this is a really good deal. If you're not someone who is into a lot of gaming and all, you are happy with 50 Mbps and 10 Mbps download and upload speed, you pay as minimum of $60 per month, and there are no contracts. Okay. And you can also bring your own router. That way it is absolutely very, very smooth. And connection fee is free. So you don't pay anything for the connection, free standard installation, and done. That's it. And no contracts. You can leave this at any point of time. All right. So this is another good service provider. However, you have to see that reliability is good, speed is good, but support is slightly not very, not concerning, at the same time, not something which you love about. All right. So this is how on this site broadbandcompare.co.nz, you can go look at each of the service providers, look at the reviews, look at their plans and all that. All right. On the top, you have this different plans, let's say cheapest plans. If I click on that, it will take me to, let's say, address. I will give the address. And it will bring up what is the cheapest plans now that is available for this address. Okay. So what is that speed you are looking for? Is it wireless? Is it cable? Is it fiber or hyperfiber? Hyperfiber is almost up to 4 gigabytes per second. And fiber is about 1 gigabytes per second. Cable, you can get high speed, but it is also available. Wireless, which is basically completely wireless. Either you'll be getting a SIM card or an antenna or whatever it is. So if I choose fiber, so if I click on this, it will, I will click on fiber here, and that way it will, right? So 2 degrees, you just pay $62 a month with this kind of speed. With now you pay for 6 months, 45. After that you pay 85, 89. All right. Zero net. There is another internet service provider which provides you for $45 for first 3 months, and after that you pay $90. Slingshot, 12 months for $60, $58. If you bundle the power, you will get it for $37. Megatel, you get at $65 for first 1 year. After that, you pay $85, and so on, so forth. Contact Energy, very nice one. So if you take fiber 300 power plus gas deal or bundle your energy, okay, gas deal or any other energy form, you will get internet for only $65. Okay, so that is the beautiful feature. Okay, let me stop sharing screen. So if you have questions or any comments about what could be very good internet service provider, or how do you check this reviews and information, please ask me. I'll be happy to provide some information.
Okay, thank you very much, May. Thank you for that. And any questions to do with the presentation? So he's talked a bit about Starlink, and he's talked a bit about other internet providers, being able to check which ones do the plans that are suitable for your own use of a computer, like the high-speed one that they talked about would probably be for businesses or internet cafeterias, whereas your average person probably doesn't need that sort of speed. And some of them are bundling with power and telephone as well, which makes it easier dealing with one company for those three things. Okay.
Why are there so little reviews done? Is it just general apathy amongst New Zealanders, or?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Not
one of the
everyone-
reasons, that's a good question, Fiona. So
Yeah.
typically what happens is if you have any firm with very less number of reviews, one of the reasons could be they could be very new player in the market. So because of that, the number of users could be very less. And out of that, very less number of users are willing to provide the reviews. And out of that, on this particular site where they have provided review, further less. All right. So if you're not satisfied with number of users who are giving the review, then it would be very useful to check reviews on some other platform. Okay, it's like Grey Power. Grey Power, provides very good reviews of all the internet service providers. It has been doing so for a very long time. So that could be one good option to find reviews.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for that.
So like hands up if you've submitted a review online for any service or product you've received. Okay. I've done it myself.
Oh, yeah.
I have submitted a review for something. But if that's typical within this room, and that would explain that the average person doesn't submit a review unless they think it's really good or it's really terrible. And as
But we're an older demographic, aren't we?
sure,
So that might have something to do with it as well.
yeah, it might be.
Yeah.
And so if a particular service has maybe 3 or 4 people who've actually reviewed it, regardless of what they've said, it pays to have a look at each one to see what their situation was.
I've done the surveys if I, work with some particular company.
Yep.
And then they want a survey how I, how I found it,
Yep.
what support they gave and all that.
Yeah.
That'd be about closest I think. I've done quite a few of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's slightly different to
Slightly
a
different.
review.
Yeah.
It's like, would you recommend this to anybody else?
Yeah.
If you have a bad experience with something, you wouldn't recommend it to anybody else, or you'd be saying to them, I wouldn't go near it, it's not very good. And it doesn't matter what it is. Could be a can of drink, could be a car, could be anything at all. Yes. Yes.
Some of them offer those deals too, that if you do put someone else onto the
Referrals.
same queue,
Yes.
you then,
Yes,
or one together,
yes,
half price or whatever.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Which tells you it must be very expensive in the first place, otherwise I wouldn't have to do that.
Oh, no, but you're giving it to the customer.
Yeah, well, I had a couple of jobs last year where if you got a friend to sign up doing the same job that you were doing, you received $500 in your whatever your normal pay would be, just from having a referral. So it can be like that. But also in terms of internet, like you can talk in terms of how easy it was to join, how easy it was to use, and if you had trouble with it, how easy it was to get hold of customer service, talk to them about the issue, get the issue resolved. So all that sort of matters, the detail matters, rather than just saying 5 stars or 3 stars or 1 star. Because I read a review about a takeaway place, and first they were saying that service was, you know, really terrible. But they admitted that they'd arrived at the place 5 minutes before closing time.
Oh, it's not fair, is
So if you're expecting
it? Yeah.
a place that's in the middle of tidying up and closing down for the day to, you know,
Yeah.
do the usual serving up some food,
Mm.
you're asking a lot for somebody who's not in that mode at the moment.
Mhm.
And you either say, oh, well, they're not available, I'll go to somewhere else. But, you know, you have to weigh up what it was about, what the issue was, and whether or not people got onto it and actually tried to resolve it, or they just said, oh, we can't do anything. I've had one of each kind. I've had terrible service, good service fixing a problem, and taking a long time fixing a problem that didn't need to exist in the first place. So I've had all those things. I bought a printer from one place, took it home, plugged it in, didn't go. Took it back to the people I bought it from and told them what the problem was, and they didn't believe me.
Lovely.
So they thought, oh, this guy just doesn't understand how a normal printer functions when you plug it in and you turn it on. And I thought, okay, let's play that game. Can you show me that this is actually functioning properly and I can print with it? Okay, so you're wanting to see something on paper. So they plugged it in and they switched it on. And in front of me, in front of them, puff of smoke.
Oh.
I thought, okay, maybe that's normal function, but it hasn't printed anything, has it? So they apologized and they gave me a replacement product. So on the one hand, they replaced the product to my satisfaction. The second printer they gave me worked fine, no problem. But I could say the first printer died within the day of getting it.
That's pretty bad, isn't it?
That's the poorest example. That should never occur.
Did they apologise?
They apologised. But the other thing that I would include in the review is that when I told them what was wrong with
Yeah,
it,
they didn't believe you.
they didn't believe the
No.
customer.
Did they reimburse you the expense?
There was no expense.
No, but
I didn't
you
pay
had-
for the second one,
No,
so
but
there
you
was
had
no
to go
expense.
back
No,
and
they
take the
didn't.
printer
They
back.
didn't.
So they should have.
Yeah.
So I wasn't worried about the cost of going back, but I was worried about the inconvenience of going back.
Oh, they should have given you something for the cost.
That's right.
They
Now
should have given you
imagine you've got
Should have given you
a computer, okay, conventional computer, and the floppy drive breaks down, okay, back in the days when we had those floppy drives. So you take it to where it gets serviced, you expect that drive to be replaced with one that works.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you're waiting for that to happen, and it only takes 5 minutes to do that, to replace the drive. Okay, you see a technician do that. They replace the drive with another one, but you want proof that that works.
Yeah, of course.
So they put a disk in and show you that they can read the file that's on the disk. So that's okay. But we want proof that it can write a file to the disk. So they try that and it fails.
Oh, no.
Now, while I was there and replacing a drive was 5 minutes, guess how many drives they tried before they found one that worked?
Oh,
5.
Oh,
Goodness,
Okay.
that's not good. Not a good look.
And this is one company that went under because they were dealing with second-hand
Goods.
parts.
But did you know that?
No, I didn't know.
So there was no disclosure.
There was nothing to say that it wasn't a brand new part. I thought it was
Wow.
brand new, that's what they were saying.
Wow,
But they got done for
good.
poor quality parts, but they weren't even brand new.
Wow.
So,
Organised sitting there waiting.
Yep.
sorry. Yep, no
yeah,
worries.
wonderful. I would like to share one beautiful video which Stu sent me other day of someone having a bad day at the office.
This is a good one. This is a good one.
Yeah, I'll show that to you now. You'll love it.
Don't worry if you can't hear it. Have a look at what goes on.
Okay, so I'm going to play this.
Okay. So you've got an office.
This is an office, and there is a person here who's printing something from the printer here.
Sometimes it doesn't come out right, so you have to submit it again. So he's going for a second try.
Oh, no.
And no, still not very good. So let's check the
Okay.
toner. Let's make sure the toner is working. Take out the toner cartridge, give it a shake. Put it back in.
Oh, no.
And when you put it back in too hard, spray it in the
Oh,
toner.
no.
Now you watch what
Oh,
happens.
no. Oh, good on him.
Look at what was on the screen.
Oh, no. Good on him. You've been there though. That's the thing. We've all been
I
there.
can relate to the way they felt. I didn't do what they did, but I could relate to the way they felt.
That's good.
So thank you very much, Vinay. That was very funny. So I think we'll wrap it up for today.
Yeah.
But any ideas for next week?
Next week, I was just was suggested by Keith that we could speak about ad blockers. So
Ad blockers, right.
yeah. So what kind of ad blockers you could have on your mobile phone and your laptops, you know, so that, you know, ads don't bother you and you are not basically victim of some stupid links, that, you know, inadvertently you might click. Yeah.
Okay, now that's fine. So we'll do that next week.
Great, thank
Yes,
you.
please.
Okay?
Yeah.
And we appreciate
then.
it when members supply what we're talking about for next week. Okay, that's very good. If I could offer you a chocolate fish, I would.
Yeah, no, I was thinking, I'm on a diet at the moment.
No worries. No worries.
Good.
Okay, thank you very much, Vinay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stu. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's next week. No worries.